pistols on the line, baby.
What's happening, homie?
What's good, man?
You good, man?
Nappy boy!
Come on now, that's what I'm talking about. You know what the call is.
Calm down. T-Pain, how you been, man? How's life treating you, homie?
Man, it's good, man. I'm blessed out here, man. I'm just doing my thing, working, trying to win, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Look, you've been in the business for some time now. Do you approach a new album differently? For example, Kanye recorded an album in Hawaii, and in the collaboration with him and Jay-Z, I think they did it in Australia. Do you do anything differently now?
No, man. I mean, I still record in the same places. I still do all the same things. I mean, it's all about my outlook on life at the time. You know what I'm saying? So, if my views on life is different, then that's the only way I approach an album differently every time. You know what I'm saying? I grow up. You know what I'm saying? You got to grow out of some things and get into some new things. You know what I'm saying? So it's always a different approach for me.
So what inspires you when you're going to writing for a new song, even if you're writing and producing for another artist?
I mean, it depends on what's going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? I got to, like when I wrote 5 o'clock, I actually got in trouble for coming home so late. You know what I'm saying? That was really happening. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that fake. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sit in the studio and waste time trying to come up with a new word or a clever way to come up with a new dance or some crap like that. I'm just talking real, man,
Yeah. Well, how is married life? How are you able to balance the married life and being an entertainer?
I mean, it's fantastic, man. I can't ask for a better wife, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm living it, baby. She ain't got no problem with nothing I do. She coming out with me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we do the damn thing all the time, so we good.
So how did you get out of that situation with the 5 o'clock in the morning? It took you so long to come home.
Well, I brought somebody home with me, so she forgot all about that after like 10 minutes.
Oh,
and we got it in.
You know what I like, man, is you're open. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. A lot of times I don't know whether to take you serious or whether you just joking.
Nah, man, I be dead serious, man. I'm always real, man. I think if you're not gonna let people know you, then they ain't gonna never like you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be a mystery. Like people don't wanna listen to your music if they feel like they ain't gonna never be able to get to know you. People gotta feel like they at least got a chance to talk to you at some point in their life.
Do you think
you know what I'm saying?
Right? Do you think that your marriage is different because you met your wife before you actually really made it to a
of course.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. I ain't gonna never meet somebody that actually love me for me again. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be I'm married to T-Pain. Like, you know what I'm saying? She like it's to the point where she hates even telling people that. She ain't even tell nobody. She just be, living life, be at home cutting up coupons. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't rich and everything. You know what I'm saying? She real humble, man. She grounded. I ain't gonna never meet nobody like that ever again in my life.
That's great, man. We're talking to T-Pain, Sean Anthony, Big Keith. I got a question from Facebook. I am Talatz. He says, I see he purchased items with a purchase. He purchases items with a purpose. I know he has a Scion XB. What is his most recent frugal purchase? What type of, you just mentioned your wife said, your wife is cutting up coupons. What's your most frugal purchase?
Oh, man, my most frugal purchase.
Definitely not that big ass chain.
No, that was. You know what? Yes, it was. I had a plan for that from day one. So now what I'm about to do right now is I'm about to melt that thing down and turn it into 12 more chains. So that was my. Everybody done got the big whoop out of it. Everybody done seen it, and I don't need it no more. So all I got to do is go and chop that thing down, put it in some heat, and turn it into 12 more chains. That's frugal.
Hey, I want to ask you something about you put on Twitter. You said, I've realized that how I expect people to think of me is not how I portray myself. What exactly did you mean by that?
Basically the way I want people to see me. You know what I'm saying? I always ask my manager, like, what makes a big star a big star? And, everybody come up with the same thing. It's like how they act and, you know what I'm saying, the way people accept them. And I'm like, well, I got smashes and, you know what I'm saying, I make hit records, and they like, well, that's not going to do it. That's not, you need more than that. You know what I'm saying? If you can have smash records, but you can still be a jerk to people, And you know what I'm saying? And that's just not, that's not how I want people to see me, man. I'm not a jerk. I'm not an a-hole, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I just got a different outlook on life, man. And, you know what I'm saying? I want people to see me for what I am. I mean, especially people like y'all, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Trying to keep y'all been supporting, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been doing y'all thing. I look at the numbers, baby. I see the numbers. I see them spins up there.
Yeah. We're talking to T-Pain, so Sean Anthony, Big Keith. I seen in a recent interview that you did, T-Pain, where you said that in the beginning of your career, you were trying to get on a lot of different collaborations, and no one really gave you a shot. So in turn, that's why you hop on a lot of young, up-and-coming artists. Go ahead and expand on that and why you give back to new and up-and-coming artists.
Well, it's the same thing. You know what I compare it to, man? I compare it to somebody growing up, you know what I'm saying, a little dude growing up without a father. And then in turn, when that young dude finally has a son, he's the best father of all time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't want people to go through that, man. You don't want nobody to fit. That's a terrible feeling. Knowing you got some kind of talent and nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? And that, I don't want nobody to feel that feeling, man. That's a terrible feeling. I mean, I was like a day away from killing myself, man. It was like it got bad. Like nobody wanted to mess with me, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather not have anybody go through that. You ain't gonna never hear nobody say T-Pain said he wasn't gonna do it. You might hear somebody say T-Pain said he can't do it. You know what I'm saying? This week or something like that. Well, boy, that's a terrible feeling, man. I don't want nobody to go through that. So that's why I'm always on song. That's why I had. In 2008, I had 47 songs on the radio at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to be supportive of my people, and I always want to see everybody come up.
Are you still receiving checks from 2008 from all of those record radio spins?
You know what's crazy? You know the crazy thing I just did? I just signed the contract to start getting checks for all I do is win.
Wow. Wait a minute.
Like 2 days ago.
We love Bring It Back, Come Rewind. You said you just signed a contract, so is there backup money that's being withheld that's owed to you?
No, it's not being withheld. That's how many contracts I signed a day. Like I just got to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't look for the money. Like especially when I do stuff for people like Khaled and you know what I'm saying, Wayne and all these people. I don't even expect money from that. I just do it. And if they say, you know what I'm saying, if they offer to pay, then just send me the contract. I get to it when I get to it. I'm not about to be, scrambling. Where's the contract at? Where's the contract at? I need my money right now. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about the future, man. I'm about, you know what I'm saying, just feather in the future. That's all I'm about.
T-Pain, that's an interesting, I never knew that. That's very interesting that you say that because, a lot of times artists are always talking about, look, it's 80% business, the other 20% is music, or even 90%, is business, is music business. And for you to say something like that, it's rather profound. It's kind of taking me aback a little bit. Why is it? Man, would you give it a test to your love and the passion for music, or what?
Yeah, man, I didn't get in this for the money. I'd still be in my bedroom doing this, laying on the floor trying to play a keyboard. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't what I'm doing it for. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I don't enjoy the money and enjoy being able to take care of my kids. I mean, I'm super blessed, and I thank God that my kids have no idea what a food stamp is. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all enjoyable, but that ain't what I do it for. You know what I'm saying? If it all came down to it, man, I go get an apartment and still be doing this music, man. Set up an 8-track recorder in the MPC and go ham in an apartment. You know what I'm saying? This ain't what I'm doing it for. I started doing music because I love music. It ain't because I started getting girlfriends or anything like that. So, you know what I'm saying? I just love what I do.
Hey, now you had a chance to, step out in Hollywood with, the movie with Bow Wow and Lottery Ticket. Are we going to see you in any more films in the future?
I mean, man, it may sound funny, but even that, wasn't something that I was trying to do. Bow Wow literally came to me and asked me, can you do a small part in this movie? It'd be funny if you get in the movie with me. And of course, anybody gonna say no, I don't want to be in the movie. So, I'm not one of the people that's trying to force my way into the movie industry because I feel like I'm famous enough to do it now, and people will know who I am if they see me in the movie, and I'm not going to force my way into it, man. God going to bring me them opportunities when it's time for me to do that. So that's just how it is.
T-Pain, after it's all said and done, man, like, 30 years from now, what do you want your legacy to be in this music industry?
I want my legacy to be that was literally the realest person in this whole industry. And I don't think anybody ever told the truth as much as this dude did. And that's what it is. And I know, my kids are straight, and that's all I'm worried about, man. You know what I'm saying? All we got is our word, man. You know what I'm saying? Can't go back on it. You can't take a lie to the grave, man. Can't nobody do that. So, every time you tell a lie, it creates problems in the future. When you tell the truth, it creates problems in the past.
Right. Now, speaking of the truth and the future and everything, does the record execs keep you limited with the type of songs that you can write and produce? For example, if you wrote and produced a quote-unquote Stop the Violence song, would a record company not get behind it?
Not at all. They'll do their thing. They're going to support me because they know I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, every album I do, I started off with a rap. And I did it this time, but now my album doesn't have the intro on it because I was just so angry and I was just so mad trying to figure out why nobody wanted to mess with me. And, I just wrote a rap that was just like, basically F everybody. You know what I'm saying? Don't come to me for nothing else, blah, blah, blah. They'll put their 2 cents in like, bro, you really don't feel like that. That's not how you come at the world. That don't sound like T-Pain to me. We've been knowing T-Pain for a long time. That don't sound like T-Pain to me. You ain't never said these kind of words to nobody, and they give me the liberty to be like, you know what? You right, man. Take the song off the album. You know what I'm saying? And all they can do is put their 2 cents in, and they give me the liberty to agree with it or not.
If you just now tuned in to Sean Anthony and Big Keith with T-Pain. Hey, talk a little bit about Nappy Boy Digital. What exactly is that?
Nappy Boy Digital is a company I started, like 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And it's just been, it's coming to fruition like nobody's business, man. It was basically a company I came up with, and I was telling everybody, listen, this whole industry is about to go digital. You know what I'm saying? And people gonna stop. It's not completely stopped, but the shift is about to happen where people buy more digital copies of albums than they do physical. So I made a company to where anything that I sell that's digital, I get all that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a record label. You know what I'm saying? A record label cutting in, I only get 2 cents off of every CD. I get all that. You know what I'm saying? So it was something that I'm glad that I was blessed enough to see. You know what I'm saying? Really see. For lack of better words, I saw the future. And I saw where things were going, and it's really, it's just something that I had to move on before this whole industry shifted. And now, if you look at the stats, everybody's selling 55% digital and 45% physical. So now it's like everybody's seeing what I was saying, and now people just starting to make digital record labels and stuff. So, it was just something I was ahead of the curve with, man.
So the artists that you have right now, like One Chance and Tay Dizzum and Sophia Fresh, they're on the Nappy Boy Digital? Yeah.
That way, when they start selling their stuff, they get all that themselves. I ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody reaps the benefits of their work, their hard work, man. I see everybody putting in work. You're going to get what you deserve for that work you put in.
Album in stores tomorrow, Revolver.
It's a problem.
Yeah, talk about it. Go ahead and let everybody know what can we expect on this album.
You can expect, man, you know what I'm saying, just the classic T-Pain with a twist. That's how I'm putting it to everybody, man. It's just a twist that I had to do just to make sure that I switch it up. And, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to bore nobody. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep it up and make sure that everybody get their fair share of what they need. You know what I'm saying? I keep it G for the hood, you know what I'm saying, and keep it pop for the techno clubs. I'm doing everything, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different flavors on there. So, you know what I'm saying, just so everybody can get a taste. There's a lot more people Googling T-Pain right now, so I got to make sure I got every kind of music that I can get on there just to make sure everybody got a piece of T-Pain and not just the hood version of T-Pain. You got to deal with that. I'm going to give you my version of whatever you like.